15th of June 2017.
Okay, I went for a
female,
trip.
20 years old. Okay.
Now 20 years
8
old.
years later. Okay, what happened now?
So for 5 days I went for a trip, so I didn't feed her. Then when I came back, I saw that her eyes was swollen. Then she didn't eat since then. She only ate some of her favorite food, but other normal food, pellets, veggie, she doesn't want to eat.
Eyes
And
reddish.
Reddish at the edge of the eyes. So when I open up her mouth, then actually I feel that it's quite red compared to previous.
The neck, mean?
No, here. Okay, open up her mouth. Okay, inside is quite red.
Wow,
Last time wasn't like that.
Like the ulcers, very bad ulcers. Very
So
rare.
she seems to have difficulty to eat and to walk.
Very rare. Why? I haven't seen this. The whole mouth is ulcers.
She will bite.
That way, but anyway, you can see.
Yeah, because last time when I opened her mouth, it's not so red.
No, normally.
And her eyes, I put some eye
Reddish,
drop from the pet shop, but it doesn't hurt. And she didn't scratch her eye.
But
So I think
scratch
it's
the neck.
not due to her eyes. Then
You
her
scratch the
skin
neck.
also quite red.
No, she scratch it, is it?
Huh?
She scratch it.
Is it?
Yeah. Normally they shouldn't be so reddish.
Yeah, it appears quite red at certain time, and the edge of the eyes is red.
So it's open
I think it's some inflammation.
as an ulceration. Can you
After
swim or
one,
not? Can she swim?
a little.
This is
She
shallow,
didn't walk.
early on.
She didn't walk very much. Now like maybe because she didn't eat, quite lethargic.
How about the stools?
No stool so far
Very
since
clumsy.
because she didn't really take. Then her previous stool was like once a week only, once or twice a week.
That's because you went overseas, somebody feed her.
No, I didn't. Nobody
feed.
feed her.
Nobody
came
feed her,
back,
so she
then
wasn't
she-
eating. She was not fed.
For 5 days. After that, when I came back, then I feel her eyes is swollen and
The
also
eyes
red,
and the mouth.
and the mouth inside is red.
Then who was looking after her the 5 days you were overseas?
Nobody lor, she look after herself.
So she just, then what did she eat?
I put some pellets and veggie, but it seems that she didn't really eat.
Did she eat other things?
I fed her salmon, she'll eat. And
No, I
a
mean
bit
the
of-
5 days you were not around.
No, I kept pellets and veggie inside.
No, I mean what you put inside the what?
Inside the water.
So that means nobody changed the water.
Yeah.
So there could be bacteria there, and then the whole thing becomes full of bacteria. Wait for or something. Let's see. So that's the reason. The water very dirty, right? When you come back.
Actually not as bad as previous, because previous time I left her for about 3-4 days, it was worse, but she was alright at the time. But this time around, you have to turn her around to see her mouth. She doesn't open.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, okay.
No, just sit. So the
Just touch her. Hello. Hi. Very red.
very bad on top.
I think she got difficulty to eat. Ah!
Okay.
Hey.
No, it's alright. I've seen already. This is the ulcerations. Because so stomatitis. The whole mouth is ulcerated. Today, let's see the egg first.
Okay.
This was in February. Did she pass anything, eat anything or not? This is a history. February.
You mean
4
pass?
according to the owner, it came up 1 month later by itself.
Yeah, she lay herself.
This is the intestines are full of fluid, air, gas. Okay, come back to here again. So the reason for this mouth ulcer is because the rig yesterday has been in the tank, is it?
Yeah, in
Of water, full of water.
with water.
Full of water, and then she puts in the. Do you put any meat in, salmon or anything?
No, that time was pellets.
Pellets
And
and veggies.
veggie. But
And
she
it-
didn't really eat. Then
It probably fermented inside the water. So she drinks the water, and then the bacteria goes into the mouth. So there should be diarrhea. Any diarrhea?
no, she didn't pass out stool since then.
Okay, should be finishing. With this bright sunshine, you can really see that the tongue is definitely inflamed, and the ulcers are definitely affecting the tongue. So the tongue is no more smooth. You can see the tongue is really ulcerated up a bit, the head up a bit. You can see even the heart palate also is inflamed. You see, very obviously inflamed. Okay, then This is a 20-year-old slider. I'll put down the mic. Then you see the eyes. Eyes are red as well because of the owner has kept her in the tank with pellets and veggies and a small amount of water for 5 days. So it must have got infected by drinking the water, which probably has been filled with bacteria from the veggies. Okay, now we give an injection. Okay, the back side will be facing the camera. One assistant hold it. Try this side, the left side. Hold. Or can put upside down. Maybe upside down is better. Upside down might be better. Upside down, upside down. Upside down. Sometimes it's better to reach the muscles is there. Yeah, that's right. We are giving Baytril 0.4. Half on one side, half on one side, half the other side. Okay. Half on the other side so that we distribute it. The muscle. And with a little bit of prep as well to bring down the inflammation. You can see, okay, you can see the inflammation. Show the neck. The neck is inflamed. Pull up. Show the neck. There you see, upside down. You can see the neck is inflamed. And some more. Where else? He's been rubbing his neck. Probably quite painful. The shell rot. You can see the shell rot. The shell rot here. Shell rot here. So point the neck again. Where it's inflamed. Your finger point it. The collar is loose and inflamed. Okay, let's put in the water now. See whether you can swim or not. This is day 1. Get the food here, come. The pellets. The rounded one. You know where or not? The pellets. So we put it under the sunlight. Not enough water, more water. The owner had put him in 5 centimeter height of water for the last 5 days she was overseas. Then put in pellets and veggies. Nobody was at home, so I presume this red ear slider attempted to drink the water over the last 5 days and got infected by the bacteria fermentation of the water, fermentation of veggies, I would expect, and the pellets, and so got a sore throat and mouth ulcers, mouth and tongue ulcers. So now she's not really interested in eating. She finds it hard to swallow. Let's just throw 5 pellets in, but we need more water. I'll just put 5 pellets in front of her. 5, huh? See whether she eats or not. She has difficulty in swallowing. I doubt she will eat. Okay, can just go do your things. Ask Sue to bring more water. Just do your things. Can. So you can see that this 20-year-old female slider had really a sore throat and mouth, and it's so painful that she scratches her eyes and the throat, as you can see just now, the redness of it, inflammation due to scratching. Now we give her some sunlight, some sunlight to warm her up and build her resistance. Now the water is not enough, so that's why she can't swim. So you get more water. Put more water and see whether they can swim or not. See whether they can swim. More. You need more water because it's a big. Like that you know whether they can swim or not. So never give veggies to your red ear slider and not change water for 5 days when you are overseas. That's because the water gets polluted with bacteria. Now you can see that she's not really active. Let's see. A bit more life, yeah. Don't think she has the interest in eating because of the painful experience in swallowing. So I will leave her alone for 5 to 10 minutes and let's see. So we wait for half an hour and see whether she is more active or not. Take some more pellets, another 15 the pellets for her to see whether she eats or not. Time now at 3:30 p.m. June 15, 2017, Singapore, Toa Payoh Vets. Friday, 16th of June 2017. This 20-year-old red ear slider came in yesterday with a very deep red mouth indicating ulcers, and was given antibiotics and anti-inflammatory, and this about 18 hours ago. Now she's having some sunlight. You can see the eyes. The eyes are still a bit reddish. Eyes are a bit reddish, and the neck is not so red now. You can see the neck is not so reddish. It was due to rubbing, scratching, and the mouth. You look at the mouth. I saw the mouth. It is not so burning fiery red. You can see that it's more active. Now let's see whether he opens his mouth or not. You can see a bit. You see, it's still reddish, but not as red as last night, yesterday. It's a bit more pinkish now, and the antibiotics are working, B3 blood prep, and she have less trouble swallowing now. Let her swim a bit, and as you can see, the water must be clean because she was placed in a tank of water with pellets and veggies for 5 days while the owner was overseas. So, and there was nobody at home to change the water. So the water must have got infected with bacteria, and she must have lived inside the water, submerged, or about 5 centimeters deep of water for last 5 days till the owner came back from overseas. So that resulted in a very bad throat infection, throat and mouth infection, and of course redness in the eyes, much redder than now, and of course the neck was inflamed due to the scratching and rubbing. Now it's still a bit red, as you can see, but not so swollen as yesterday. And Baytril was given, you see the other video, 18 hours ago, and seems to be much more active. Definitely the mouth, the ulcerations and inflammation have reduced by, I would say, 50%. due to betrayal and pride. That is good news. So got no much interest in eating, as you can see, but at least it's a bit more lively. The neck is still a bit inflamed. So in the afternoon, that means 24 hours after the first injection, at 3 p.m. I will give another second injection of Baytril, IM again, and hopefully that the antibiotics will eliminate the bacteria inside the throat and mouth, and then she can swallow and eat the pellets. I just put her some water, she can swim a bit. Papaya vets, mouth infections, and sore throat in a red ear slider, 20 years old, kept inside a tank of water filled with pellets and veggies for 5 days while the owner was overseas. Okay, open. This is the 18 hours after Baytril injection. You can see the tongue is pink and not fiery red like yesterday, and up a bit. And you can see the hard pellet now. Up a bit the hard pellet. I have to I can see now. It's not so fiery red. It's more pinkish now. So the drug is working, and we will get another injection afterwards. So the inflammation has subsided due to antibiotics and Baytril. You can see the tongue now is a bit pinkish. That's a normal color. Should be a bit lighter than that. Yeah. The eyes also not so red. You can see the epiglottis, the hard pellet is still inflamed. It's still red, but not as red as yesterday. And it's very unusual for red ear slider to open the mouth so willingly. Normally they won't open so willingly, unless they have sore throat. See the neck below, the redness. See, he's been scratching. Not so red here. It was very red yesterday, and he could barely swallow. Day 3 of inpatient. The eyes are not so red, but the tongue is a bit inflamed again, but not so bad as earlier on. It was not very dark maroon red. And okay, let's see the neck. The neck is a bit the neck is a bit reddish. No, further up. Let me extend the neck first. Not so bad again. Just now it was very red. I think he was scratching his neck. Now it's much better. Just now I saw overnight dry docking. The neck was very red, so we know that he scratches his neck. Okay, put back there. Come, let's see. It's not eating. So we're going home already. It takes some time for the bacterial infection to go off. Today will be the 3rd Baytril antibiotic injection. And this is a case of mouth ulceration and infection and sore throat since 6th of June. Now is 17th of June. And also the red eyes, the owner noticed the eyes were red from the 6th of June. And the mouth was very red, and also this slider finds it difficult to swallow food, so she noticed that the mouth was inflamed, belly inflamed, dark maroon red in color. So as you can see, so the treatment was only done on 2 days ago. So that will explain why this slider still has not recovered because the inflammation of the throat has been going on for at least 10 days, and from here you can tell the redness here that he has been rubbing his throat vigorously. You can see the inflamed skin of the neck. It's all inflamed, and it's not really that active. It's not that active as compared to the other terrapins. So we are giving painkillers, and the owner will continue at home. He's been here for 2 days. Injection of Baytril plus a bit of preg for 3 days IM.